NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg said that Russia should not be allowed örmek continue take Ukrainian pieces because he supports Kiev give up the upper hand during the negotiations. The more powerful Ukrainian battlefield will be so strong on the negotiation table. And when the war ends, we should ensure that history does not repeat itself. He lost thousands of troops. And he lost his political impact and increasingly isolated more and more isolated. The occupation of Ukraine is a strategic defeat for Russia. He said he was afraid that the world would fall just a few days after Russia occupied Ukraine in February last year. Instead, the Ukrainians released their territory. Ukraine is now approaching the second winter. All NATO countries acknowledge that Ukraine should be a NATO member, said Mr. Stoltenberg, in a renewed approval of Kyiv's place in the military alliance. During war, the senior official has constantly struggled for security and protection of Ukraine through military and financial assistance. He also applauded again latest criticisms of Ukrainian troops against slow, and pointed out that number of mines faced by Ukraine on battlefield was a historical high. The starting point is that the Russian army is the second most powerful. And now the Russian army is the second most powerful of Ukraine. It is quite impressive by this Ukrainians, Stoltenberg said to deputies European Parliament at beginning of August. Nobody told it would be easy. In history, we almost saw more mines than we saw in Ukraine battlefield. The front line in the 20-month war, Kiev's counter-residentsive, prevented a few Ukrainian villages and settlements after taking action in June this year. The Russian forces were prepared for new attacks in different parts of the front, but heavily suffered. The majority of fight is concentrated in east and southern Ukraine, and the Russian forces are trying to get back town of Avdiivka, which has recently been captured by Kiev.